Welcome you all. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about how to determine dry density of field soil, in situ soils by sand replacement method. So for this, we have an exclusive code given by Bureau of Indian Standards, that is IS 2720 part 28. So as we discussed in our previous lecture about how to determine dry density of soil in field by core cutter method. So core cutter method, there are certain limitations. It cannot be used for pure granular soils. Sand replacement method can be used for granular soils also. Now, we already discussed what is density, mass of the soil by volume of the soil. And in fact, we are determining dry density. Rho d is equal to rho by 1 plus W. The same way what we have done in core cutter method, here also we are doing. So now here you see what we are using here. You see the name itself is saying the method, sand replacement method. Here you see whatever the soil we have actually existed in the field, we try to replace the soil with by pouring sand. Here you see in this picture. So here you see our students are now digging and also they are collecting soil sample. Now you can see they are releasing whatever the soil that was now replaced with sand. So one can see now, this is the picture after replacing soil with sand. So this is now the soil is replaced with sand. So the purpose why you are replacing soil with sand, because see here I want to know the volume of the soil. Because here see once you dig in ground, we may get irregular shape. So that's why, so to know the volume of the irregular body, here you see irregular volume of the soil, irregular volume of the soil, that is volume of the pit, volume of the pit. So to determine the volume of the pit, we are trying to replace whatever the soil with sand. So here you see initially we use it to determine the density of sand, whatever the sand we are going to replacing soil with the same sand. So we need to determine the density of the sand in the laboratory. So now you see we have a calibrating container here. This is calibrating container. The dimensions of the calibrating container: height is 5 inches, height is 6 inches, and the diameter of this calibrating container is 4 inches. So for our understanding, the diameter is 10 centimeter, height is 15 centimeter. Now one can see now the way we are calculating volume of the calibrating container. So now we are getting 1178. Now let us start the experiment. Initially what we have done in laboratory. So one can see now the way we have done density of sand. Initially, actually, we fill this sand pouring cylinder with sand. Now, let me show you mass of the sand pouring cylinder before pouring it on flat surface. So, in fact, you see, we are trying to take the mass of the sand pouring cylinder before releasing on flat surface. Initially, what we will do? So we release this sand pouring cylinder. In fact, this sand pouring cylinder, here you see this is the sand pouring cylinder where the sand is poured. So and we are trying to leave this space 1 centimeter at top, but the remaining portion is filled with sand. So this sand should be clean sand and uniformly graded sand, and it should be passed through 1 mm sieve and retained on 600 micron sieve. So whatever the sand we have filled, now what we are doing now, see, it has the sand pouring cylinder has a shutter. You open the shutter, the sand will fall. If you close the shutter, the falling of sand will be stopped. Now you see here, initially we released this, we opened the shutter, now the sand is fallen flat surface. So now we are trying to take once again mass of the sand pouring cylinder after releasing on flat surface. Before releasing is there, after releasing is there. Now, before releasing M1, 7.646 kg. After releasing on flat surface, it is 7.259 kg. Now, what is the mass of the sand in conical portion? Mass of the sand in conical portion is now 0.387 kg. Because you see, for ensuring free falling of sand, we are providing this conical portion at the base of the sand pouring cylinder. So first, what we have to do now, we have to calculate mass of the sand in conical portion. Mass of the sand in conical portion. That is the first step before we are starting this sand replacement method. Now the second step, as we discussed, we have to determine density of sand. We have to determine density. As a part of determining density of sand, we know mass of sand by volume of sand. Here we are using a calibrating container, mass of sand by volume of sand. So the volume of the sand is equal to the volume of the calibrating container. Now, how to determine mass of the sand? Now, let us start now. So, mass of the sand pouring cylinder before releasing in calibrating container, it is 7.259 kg. Now, after releasing in calibrating container, it is 5.230. Now, undoubtedly, one can say what is the mass of the sand in calibrating container. Now, you can see here M2 minus M4, before minus after. But don't forget to deduct conical portion, because once you release the shutter, so you see the sand will be filled in calibrating container. Sand is going to be filled in calibrating container, and apart from that, we have additional conical portion. So we have to remove that additional conical portion. So here you can see in pit soil. So here you see this is the additional conical portion. One can see clearly the additional conical portion. So now you see, don't forget to deduct minus conical portion. So now that we are already calculated, minus 0.387 kg. Now I am getting mass of the sand in calibrating container. Now density of sand is equal to mass of the sand by volume of the sand. Here you see mass of the sand is with me, 1.642 kg, that I can write 1642 gram. Volume of the pit, here you see volume of the calibrating container, it is with me now. Calibrating container is 1178.09. 1178.09. So now I am getting density of sand 1.393 gram per cc. Now let us proceed now. Now we move to field, and now this is the tray with central hole. So we have started digging the central portion here, the hole portion. Now we made a hole up to not less than 4 inches. So about 10 centimeter we made a hole. Now this is the collected soil, field soil. In fact, what we are determining is density of the field soil, mass of the soil by volume of the soil. But this pit is irregular now. Let us all use the Archimedes principle. Now this, how to determine volume of the soil? Nothing but volume of the pit. So how to determine volume of the pit? So here one can easily determine volume of the pit once you replace the soil, whatever the excavated soil, and filled with sand. Here you see the way our friends are doing the test. Now you see, before releasing on pit, we have already measured the mass, and now after releasing on pit, this is the mass of the sand pouring cylinder. So now let us see the calculation in field now. Now we are determining density of soil. Now you see empty mass of the tray. This is the, you have seen tray. Here this is the tray. One can see here this is the tray, empty tray. Empty mass of the tray is 1.55 kg. Now volume of the pit. Volume of the pit I mentioned already. Mass of the sand in pit by density of sand. Density of sand. So I know the density of sand. Just now we calculated density of sand. Here you see we got density of sand 1.393 gram per cc. Now we need density of sand to determine volume of the pit. If you want volume of the soil, nothing but volume of the pit, we should have knowledge on density of sand now, because we replaced the excavated soil with sand. Now mass of the sand pouring cylinder before releasing pit. See here you see this is the before releasing in pit and after releasing in pit. Here you see I have two observations, before and after. Now here you see 7.602 minus 5.951. I'm getting 1.651. But don't forget to deduct this conical portion. So minus 0.387. As we discussed here, you see who first step in our measuring masses in this particular experiment. Now initially we bothered about how to measure mass of the sand in conical portion, because without this conical facility at the bottom of the sand pouring cylinder, it is very difficult to ensure uniform falling of sand. So now let us see now. So you just see now how to calculate mass of the sand in pit now. So 1.651 minus 0.387. Now I am getting mass of the sand in pit is 1.264 kg. So now how to determine density of soil? Density of soil is equal to mass of the soil by volume of the soil. I have excavated soil. Here you see I have excavated soil, that mass is measured. That is we have so here you see now density of field soil is equal to mass of the soil by volume of soil. So now you see volume of the pit is equal to mass of the sand in pit by mass of the sand in pit by density of sand. Now volume of the pit is equal to mass of the sand in pit, which we know 1.2664 kg by density of sand. Here it is, we are having density of sand, which is already evaluated 1.393 gram per cc. Now we are getting volume of the soil, that is volume of the pit is equal to 907.39 cc. So this is the volume of the pit. So how you determine volume of the pit? By knowing density of a known material, that is sand here. So now one can see how to see this is the mass of the excavated soil 3.150, and this is the mass of the empty tray 1.55 kg. As I shown you here, you see this is the mass of the empty tray. Empty tray mass is 1.55. Next, after excavating soil carefully and it is brought to the laboratory, and now mass of the excavated soil plus tray is equal to 3.150 kg. Now I can get easily what is mass of the soil. Mass of the excavated soil plus tray minus mass of empty tray, which gives 1.595 kg. Now one can see how to determine density. Density is equal to mass by volume. Here mass of the soil is there, 1.595 into 1000 grams. Now volume of the soil is nothing but volume of the pit. We have here volume of the pit 907. So now I am getting density, which is equal to 1.757 gram per cc. Now how to determine water content? Whatever the soil you have collected from the field, so you try to keep the soil, especially inner portion of the soil, keep in woven. Minimum 25 gram you have to take in order to determine water content. The benefit of determining water content, I will explain once again. By knowing water content, it is possible to determine dry density. Rho d is equal to rho by 1 plus. Please watch my previous video, which is on fundamental relation between rho d, rho and W. So now we have determined rho d, but I repeatedly telling, whenever you are determining dry density, don't forget to substitute water content in decimals. So here water content is 5.76, but here you see I am writing 5.76 by 100. So if you are interested, you can write 0.0576, but don't write plus 5.76. Now this is the dry density, rho d, of the field soil, 1.661 gram per cc. As I discussed water content, how to determine water content in my previous lecture. Water content is equal to mass of water present in soil by mass of dry soil into 100. I told you the importance of water content. Water content is an auxiliary parameter. Even in fact, you see when you are determining dry density without water content, it's very difficult to determine dry density from density. So water content is such an important parameter, so which is equal to mass of water present in soil by mass of dry soil. How to determine mass of water present in soil? Mass of wet soil minus dry soil by mass of dry soil minus can. So why you are not bothering about can on the top? Because can is going to be cancel in top, top in the sense here numerator. So this is the way we use it to conduct dry density. There is a lot of scope for significance for dry density. We will discuss about the importance of dry density elaborately in the topic compaction. Thank you all.